the way he's acting now, like, it's like completely different than. It's just like, dude, you could just tell, like, he's doing it for money.
Chaos erupted at Los Angeles International Airport like never before as Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero crossed paths in a fiery confrontation. What was supposed to be a typical day turned into a scene out of two fighters with an ongoing rivalry who are about to get into the ring in the coming months and are letting everyone know that their fight will be worth their time.
Like I said, at the end of it, he at 140, I'm at 140, and I have the belt, you have to come get the belt, and that's a fight that everybody's been asking for forever, and all I know is that fight is the
because of the way he's acting now, which is completely different from what it was before. As I mentioned at the end, he is at 140, I am at 140, and I have the title. You must come collect the title, and it is a fight that AR has been requesting for ages. All I know is that this fight is the biggest one in boxing right now. While fans were shocked by the unexpected confrontation, witnesses described the scene as intense, with both fighters exchanging words before things escalated into physicality. Although the incident was brief, it was enough to reignite their rivalry and bring their long-standing animosity back into the spotlight. This was just another chapter in a history full of drama, trash talk, and missed opportunities. Clap's possibilities. Ryan Garcia was originally scheduled to face Isaac Pitbull Cruz in a bout that had the boxing world buzzing, but Pitbull Cruz chose to concentrate on his February 1st fight against Angel Fierro, leaving Garcia without an opponent.
tremendous fighter. He's a tremendous fighter. The only people he cannot beat happens to be myself, Gervonta Davis, and depression.
Rolly Romero filling in to face Garcia on May 2nd wasn't exactly the fight fans were dreaming of. Despite not being the first choice, Rolly Romero, known for his boisterous demeanor and divisive style, became the backup pick for the main act on Turkey Alec's star-studded card at Times Square in New York City. Is a great fighter, but the person he can't be is me, Devon Davis, and Rolly's depression. This fight is a chance for redemption. The former WBA light welterweight champion.
Future.
Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia would be an amazing fight. Me and Ryan sparred way back when. We sparred twice, and there's always it's gonna be.
Who has had difficulty earning respect in a crowded 140-pound class. Romero was knocked out in the 8th round of his most recent significant bout, a humiliating loss to Pitbull Cruz on March 30th that left many doubting his capacity to compete at the highest level. His inclusion in this event's main event has been viewed with mistrust by some who were quick to call him a bargain basement fighter. A future battle, it would be a tremendous fight between our Romo and Ryan Garcia. As you may recall, Ryan and I sparred twice in the past, and of course,
Ryan Garcia said that he would give a shot to Rayo Valenzuela. What do you think about that fight if it happens?
Give a
Rayo. That's what he said.
Because we're Ryan, it could be he's talking about.
That fight will sell out. However, Ryan Garcia recently lost to Javon to defeat Davis in a bout that stopped his winning streak and cast doubt on his stamina. Many believe Garcia deserves a more competitive opponent to help rebuild his career, and Rolly Romero doesn't quite fit the bill with names like Jose Ramirez and Raggy's Progress available in the division. However, despite his immense popularity and star power, Garcia hasn't fought since that defeat, leaving fans to wonder if ring rust could play a role on May 2nd. Ryan Garcia stated that he would give our Valenzuela a shot.
Got it.
What do you think about that fight? If it occurs, give him a R. This is because Ree might be the one you're referring to when you say, shot at tequila. Rayleigh's abrupt involvement in the altercation has drawn a lot of criticism. The choice to make this fight the main event of a pay-per-view card has also drawn criticism from boxing fans who contend that Romero's skill set is inferior than Garcia's, making the fight appear unfair on paper. Rolly and Haney might have made more sense together, as many think Romero's position would have been more suited as a co-main event versus someone like Devin Haney. who is also trying to rebuild after taking 3 knockdowns in his most recent bout. Enabling Garcia to play against a better opponent and guaranteeing a more evenly distributed card overall. There is more to the May 2nd event than just Garcia and Romero. Intriguing bouts like Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez and a heavyweight bout between Martin Blee and Efe Ahaga are also included. These bouts give the bill more depth, but it's obvious that the headline act is still in the focus. The promotional buildup is already well on, as Romero and Garcia are teasing each other on social media.
The fighter that's gonna fucking get me what I want, that gonna make me into a bigger star, is me versus Ryan. But I think that's premature. Me and Ryan will fight at welterweight.
You and Ryan Garcia at welterweight?
Yeah, down the line, you'll see. It's gonna be one of the biggest fights in the history of boxing.
Never one to back down from a fight, Rolly has not hesitated to remind Garcia of his defeat to Tank Davis, while Garcia has written Romero off as a paper champion with no merit. Rolly has been vocal about his distaste for Garcia for years, frequently making fun of his ostentatious lifestyle and social media fame. Garcia has responded by questioning Romero's legitimacy as a fighter, calling him a lucky champion who survived on opportunities rather than talent. Their verbal altercations have taken place in public, with fans eagerly soaking up the drama. Although this fight has been criticized for its competitive imbalance, it is likely to garner attention because of the personalities involved, and the stakes are high for Garcia, combatant who will give me what I desire. Which will help me become a greater ST. But I believe that Ryan and I will fight at welterweight before you and Ryan Garcia do. Indeed, down along the line, it's going to be one of the biggest fights in boxing history, and Rolly has the opportunity to prove his detractors wrong and land a career by defeating Romero, which would further damage his reputation and cast doubt on his future in the sport. Defining triumph, both sides have been putting in a lot of effort in the lead up to this fight. So if he can support his brazen talk with a solid performance in the ring, the underdog narrative might work in his favor.
Yo no me cierro, como lo he dicho, yo aquí estoy para pelearle ahora en 140 y demostrarle que estamos igual de fuertes o más fuertes que en 135 y también callarle la boca.
Garcia's crew has concentrated on improving his defense and making sure he's in top physical shape. In order to get ready for Garcia's speed and strength, Rolly has been sparring with heavier opponents. Their different fighting styles create an intriguing dynamic. Garcia's lightning Rolly's unorthodox approach and awkward style make him a dangerous opponent. But if Garcia isn't careful, someone on Ryan Garcia's or Devin Haney's teams chose to take a tune-up.
Here's Ryan talking about Rolly.
Bring on Rolly. You know, he part of PBC. We already ran it once with PBC. I didn't get my get back. I'm going to beat Rolly, and we're going to have that.
On May 2nd, instead of going straight into a rematch in their doubleheader at Times Square in New York City. It might come down to which fighter is more in need of a tune-up, the recently defeated Haney or Garcia. Instead of having the two fighters undergo tune-ups that could have resulted in one or both of them losing, Al Sheikh probably would have been in favor of scheduling the rematch immediately, since he's up against Rolando Romero, who was defeated by Isaac Cruz the previous year, and isn't a threat to Ryan Haney, who is taking on former unified 140-pound champion Jose Ramirez. Kingry is in a great position to win his tune-up. However,
for taking a more difficult fight, I mean, I would say Pitbull Cruz is a more difficult fighter than Ryan Garcia. Wouldn't you agree? He's much more durable. He punches. He's aggressive. Ryan Garcia would run like a turkey.
There's a good risk he might lose this fight between 2019 and 2021. Prior to his narrow defeat by Josh Taylor, Ramirez was regarded as a top boxer in the light welterweight class. Ramirez outlasted Taylor in that bout, despite Taylor receiving a few flash knockdowns. His bodywork and unwavering pressure made him one of the division's most formidable and resilient fighters.
You ducking it, huh? Lupe, you done ducked it, huh? Yeah, you done ducked it. Yeah, y'all done ducked it. Stay quiet.
Ryan is saying, really, bring on Ree. You know that he is a member of PBC, and we have already run it once. I didn't get my get back, so I'm going to defeat Ree, and we're going to have that if they aren't fighting. If they aren't fighting, then someone on either side is to blame, Ryan added. Aid Oladipo addressed Dean Boxing over Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney not fighting on the May 2nd card. Whether it was Devin or Ryan on his side, someone told him not to fight because, as we've seen with Turkey, he turns these fights around extremely quickly. Given that Haney had already mentioned wanting a tune-up fight with BLK Prime in March, it's possible that he was the one who wanted the tune-up fight before facing Ryan Garcia in an October rematch.
Ryan, obviously the boxing world, they just want the Haney rematch so it could be settled once and for all. What is your message? Obviously, you guys are going through the lawsuit right now, but if you and Devin can run it back again, under what terms would it be?
Run it back the same way, just a little higher weight class.
As a result, we were able to witness both the Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury rematch and Baivo Baya right away. For taking on a more challenging battle, I would argue that P. Crew is a more formidable opponent than Ryan Garcia. You agree that he is more resilient, punches, and is aggressive. Ryan Garcia will run like a perky. It is better for Haney to make amends first in order to restore his reputation than it is for Garcia. After their initial bout, Haney needed a tune-up more than Ryan, who defeated her and was dropped 3 times. In sharp contrast to the confident fighter who had gone into the ring unbeaten, Haney's camp appeared visibly upset by the defeat. This psychological blow could account for his team's desire for a tune-up against a difficult opponent like Ramirez.
He wins a rematch against Ryan Garcia. How do you think that fight would play out if they were to fight again with obviously no drugs involved this time?
I know he's strong mentally, so he can win for sure, but it all depends on how he's feeling after he gets back. Is he the same fighter? Let's see. We got to find out.
As for Ryan,